Let's talk some AI. One of the things that obviously, if you're going to have a future of finance show, you got to have some AI involved. And we've got an inside track to a really great program being developed here in Chicago, AI powered by ICTV, which we're going to use to source concepts and ideas and see sort of what the what the kind of baseline can be for using AI in your process. Here are the questions that we asked for this. Which
I had nothing to do with these responses.
You had nothing to do with these responses. This is Paul Hayward, who's cooking up something pretty cool, and we're going to use it throughout the show here to kind of augment. One of the questions that I put in is, are there any obvious catalysts in the near-term horizon for big moves in S&P 500 volatility? Key events like CPI, Treasury auctions, mega cap earnings matter, but vol only breaks when positioning is fragile. A flat term structure or uptick in VVIX, which is kind of what you're just talking about to some extent, is the early tell. Big volatility moves need two conditions: structure shift, contango turning flatter or inverted, plus vol lift. If that lines up with macro events, cheap implied vol flips from comfort blanket to mispriced risk. Now that is like, kudos to this program, because we didn't prime this. I just literally sent this into the prompt, and it's obviously very financial minded.
Right.
And the way the AI functions basically is it has a response and then it checks itself to try and find any errors within that response. What do you think about this? Does an uptick in VVIX act as sort of an early tell if there's going to be a macro event?
Yeah, if VVIX is popping, it's because people are starting to buy upside VIX calls. They're looking to get into hedges. And just take right now, for example, we've really not seen much activity in hedging. Today is a definite state change there, with a lot of that VIX volume into expiration tomorrow. But we're also seeing a lot of long-dated put purchasing in the NASDAQ, which is, to me, is really quite interesting because, again, you see Meta starting to roll over. So what that's doing is it's changing the potential hedging flows that could initiate if the market starts to sell off, right? So if the market starts to drop, you now have put options that have to get hedges that could add some downside selling from the dealer community. And also it works the same way in the VIX, right? If VIX calls are being bought, then there's a lot more convexity, right, to a lot of portfolios, which means that, hey, the VIX now could get a little spicier if the market starts to roll over.
Okay.
And so it's that positioning that can add to some of the fragility of the market.